So that piece coming out of the receiver, doing the 90 up, is the piece that I broke on the rhino hitch. I'm about to take the rhino hitch apart. Clean that up a bit, because I hope the part is coming. It sounds like by the notification from either FedEx or UPS that it's coming, but they have not returned any of the calls or emails to say that they have sent it, or these have a lifetime warranty. So I'm going to remove this piece and wait for the new piece to come to reassemble this. Okay, so here it is apart. I'm going to replace the nylon nuts, clean these openings up a bit. So they're pretty tight for something that moves. Okay, hopefully it's coming today and I can get this back on the truck. Out with the old broken, in with the new. Just arrived, so I'm putting it back together. Oh yeah. Thank goodness for lifetime warranty. This corrosive layering in between the threads took quite a bit to actually get it cleaned off. It wasn't easy. Took effort. Here we are. The rhino hitch is back together. You know, I replaced these two nylon nuts with new ones, and cleaned up the threads and clean up all the mating pieces and getting rid of some of the corrosion, if you will. But in particular, with the help of Dave, thank you for that, Dave, that these threads were really corroded because of the two different types of metals. So picking away at that, and you'll see with the demo too how Dave was doing it, Dave cleaning that up so it's all good again. I'm back in action, got the hitch cup back on there, so good to go. Rock and roll. Basically, I was camped somewhere. I had the front leg down, like you see there. I had this leg down as well. And someone needed to leave in an emergency. So when I raised the two legs to be able to pull the trailer out so they can get out, this leg here had too much weight on it to flip it back up. So I ended up dropping the other leg on the other side to raise it, to take the weight off of here and flip it back up. And of course, then when I thought was rushing, I thought, oh yeah. So I had two legs down to level it. And so now the two legs are up so I can go. Forgetting that I just dropped that one back over in that corner for a moment to help take weight off of that one. So that's how that got damaged. So then when I stopped the truck, that leg angling back on a 45. So yeah, it got busted, and I've been using this to hold it up in place. It will raise and lower fine. It would not, it could potentially slip out one way or another because there was no way for these pins to lock it in place anymore. So that's the deal. Okay, so first, this broke. And really, there wasn't a lot of weld on there. But anyways, that's my problem. How do I repair it, or is it non-repairable? And I have to buy another one. The bolt still goes through. I made it so that it's a little tighter circle because this top rim has peeled out a bit. Once I get it back into place, I'm hoping that I could get it welded there. But you can see what I mean about the welding. The welding stuck to some of this. Like, see, here's a weld. Yeah. This is what I mean about the welds. See how that smooth that is? That means there's no penetration to this are very, you know, it's more of a tack weld than penetration. Now the system did not fail because of those tack welds, but it's not as strong as there was good penetration into this piece. But, you know, you're trying to weld it from the top, I suspect, once this is on there. So that does make it tricky. This one here, I would say, was a decent tack. And same with this one. They actually broke. But you can see again how smooth that is. And this is where it narrowed in a bit. See, this is it has a slight bow in. But if I put this piece back on and then run a weld on the outside, that should help secure it as far as I can tell, if I can find a good welder. This piece looks perfectly fine. It, you know, I'm gonna paint it up a bit, but yeah, it doesn't look like this got damaged in any way. So that's good. And this is the piece that attaches to the trailer or caravan or however you want to term it. All right, so here's the repair I got done for basically $100. They welded the ring along here and ground it down so it's nice and finished. And then they ran a bead of weld down through each side. And they also welded, while this was out, they welded all the way around this tube, because the tube itself was only welded halfway around it. And then here they put a bead of weld in there and also welded it around. So it's way stronger that way than it was originally. The newer ones now, they've changed this. I'll attach a photo, so that instead of that being completely round here, it now goes down and then up, so they weld it straight. They also, there's a plastic cap on these ones. On their new ones, they actually put a metal plate on here and weld it so that is completely closed off. Now, I'm not 100% sure. You would get more integrity and more strength, which I'm not sure that they really need it, but that might have been it might be cheaper in the long run than getting plastic caps that fit in there. This is what I'm referring to. That just pops back in there. So it adds strength, and maybe they could do it in-house. Just a bit of welding might be more cost effective these days, this day and age, than having custom made caps. But that would also, I suspect, make it stronger. However, I wouldn't have been able, I'm not so sure I'd be able to repair this if that had a welded cap. It's hard to say the damage that would happen and where. And maybe it would just hop right over the leg. Okay, so here it is. Sun's shining on it pretty good. With the BOS stabilizer back in place, back together. The only concern I really have, I guess, is that will long term, welding that in solid, I'm not worried about. But making it more solid means that if it ever happened again, obviously the trick is not to leave it down and drive away. But if it ever happened again, because it's so much stronger with the welds, could that lead to something else breaking that you can't fix, or you wouldn't want to have broken? The questions.